What's up, Yuma, and welcome back to another episode of the What's Up Yuma radio show. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are joined by Jerry Cabrera and Aaron Ruiz. They are part of Elevate Southwest, okay? And we're going to find out how they're going to pick up the Southwest and elevate it. That's what we're going to get into.
With their hands.
And what, yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully. So we're going to find out what that's all about. And I'm going to ask them right now. So get into that right now because let's just, Elevate Southwest. How do you plan on elevating? How'd that name come to be? And what is your mission?
Wow. Elevate Southwest actually was created on a board meeting that we had several years ago. Mm-hmm. They were trying to figure out a name for it, and they said, we got to elevate our region.
So like take it to the next level.
Take it to the next level.
Okay.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly. And so our main focus, there's several areas. Our main focus is workforce, startup companies, innovation, and absolutely the community itself. Those are the main areas for us to focus on.
Mm-hmm. So to focus, explain it to me like I'm 5. Because maybe I would. So like, tell me exactly like what you do though. What is the like
like for people hearing this for the very first time, like because I still don't know much. So explain it. Like what exactly are you doing?
And that's the thing too. I read their website and I've known Aaron for a while, but I still don't quite grasp it. So I want to make sure our audience gets it.
Give us your best pitch.
Go ahead.
Give us your best pitch. So we're focused on our basically infrastructure. Okay. There's a huge issue with our infrastructure in terms of how we can attract businesses, right? Because GYDC does the attraction, make sure that we have the business attraction here and diverse economy and workforce readiness. But we're focused on the infrastructure itself, where all academia and startup companies and anchor tenants actually in a one ecosystem itself. And that's where all the startups and STEM careers, we want to make sure that they expand from there.
Okay.
So explain STEM for people that don't know what STEM is.
STEM is, I'll leave that to
all right. Go ahead, Aaron.
Aaron's really quiet.
Aaron's up.
So our STEM is our focus for any student in business, right? Science, technology, engineering, and math. So engineers, anybody in the electronic fields, mechanical fields, software fields, aerospace, anybody that's trying to build anything, innovate anything.
So if somebody's building those things or somebody's doing those things, how does it work? They contact you and say, hey, I'm involved in this. I want to engineer in the future. That's I want to be an entrepreneur, own my own business. Exactly. And they contact you and then you help connect the dots?
Yeah. So what happens is we have a flyer we posted, right? And we have people that reach out to us and be like, some of them already have an established company.
Oh, okay.
And they want the presses here in Yuma, which is exactly what we're looking for, right? To bring in jobs, to bring in economic development, right? And then we have, which is unique about us, we have other people that, hey, I have this idea, I just don't know what to do with it. And we take it from that point to
So you guide them.
Yes.
So you're working with like teens up to adults, like people just starting out and then people that already have a business.
There's no age gap.
There's no age gap. At the beginning, we were thinking, 18 and over, right? But then we're like, innovators come from all walks of life and all ages, right? And I was like, why are we going to cut some people off that are young entrepreneurs that can actually stay in Yuma County and build in Yuma County for them to just like, I'm going to go to university somewhere else, or my parents are in the military, we're going to fly off, or they're in agriculture, we're going to transfer to California somewhere, Washington State, and then them flourish over there instead of staying here and be like, hey, Mom, I got something good going on. So
because that does happen a lot. People will leave Yuma to look for opportunities, right? So you're trying to create a culture to where they don't have to leave; they can find those opportunities here.
Exactly.
That whole ecosystem itself. But it starts. It's like we were discussing earlier. It's the horse before the carriage, or vice versa, right? There's always a gap, and so we're trying to make sure that the academia is here. They have the programs here.
Yes.
Because we have the 3 university satellites here, but we need more program on engineering, math, and so forth and so on. So we need those type of programs from the universities. But at the same time, we need the companies to also be here or co-locate, right? So that's been kind of an issue for the region itself. But by having the entrepreneurship and startup companies to grow their innovation here, then there's a possibility for them. And that's not an issue in terms of having space and location and R&D type of services that we can provide here locally. We have about 4 or 5 companies that are from the Phoenix, Tucson area.
Okay.
But they want to relocate here because they see that there's a need, their workforce, and they're from Yuma or for the
So they
region,
wanna
San Luis.
stay.
So they
Yuma,
were from
Somerton,
here and they had
yes.
to take off, and now they see, okay, so we have.
There's
Elevate
actually
Southwest
need there
Houser
now in Yuma.
presenting me with the opportunity to go back and grow where I come
Cool.
from and help the community that I come from. And so they signed up and they're like, yes.
So they reached out to you and letting you know, like, we want to go back, like create that bridge so we can come back.
Yep.
At the same time, you have the workforce, right? That's a big, large portion of Elevate Southwest. Is right now we're providing internships on these type of STEM careers from veterinarians, medical, engineering, mechanical engineering, manufacturing. All this is happening here.
So I got to admit, so, and this is maybe just me, when I hear a lot of, it sounds so broad.
It is.
But so in my mind, when something's so broad, then it doesn't have a focus, right? So that's the thing. So how do you pinpoint that? Because how big is your team to have that big of a
Well, imagine a research park. Have you ever been to a research park? There's about 174, 76 research parks in the nation.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't.
I don't think so.
Okay, so Arizona State University has Arizona Sky Song, and it's the same concept. They have their R&D, their anchor tenants, the academia for internships, and the workforce in itself, right? University of Arizona has a UACI, University of Arizona Center of Innovation.
Cool.
Same concept.
Yeah.
And they have satellites, space, different type of conceptual startup companies as well. So it's a large portion of how the economy has grown in that region or that area.
So you're saying they have them, so you're trying to create what
We're
kind
trying
of
to create,
something
yes.
similar to what
Here.
they have?
A research park.
A research.
That'd
So
be cool for Yuma to have. You know, I have a 15-year-old that wants to be an architect, so this would like be right up his alley. You know,
absolutely.
building and math and science. He's all into that stuff.
So we had a student who couldn't figure out what career he wanted to do in terms of engineering, right? So we placed him at architectural with Chris Thompson, and he opened the doors for us, and we put that student in there. He realized, even though I love engineering, I love architect, he focused on the environment. And the reason we put him on the architect, because you have structural, electrical, civil, all that area that he kind of oversees. So that's the reason why we had put him in that field.
okay, and that student, how'd that student come to be in your orbit? How'd that happen? Did that student reach out or?
The student reached out. And
Okay,
he's
wow.
he's a local student, but he's at NAU in Flagstaff.
Okay.
Okay.
And now he's local here, finishing off his master's degree, as a matter of fact. He's
Very
actually right now he's working for the city of Yuma, doing the internship there to finish off that area.
Which is an excellent metric for us to have, that we start helping these students do a career exploration, right? We give them the path. Some of these don't go and waste money and time on something that, you know what, this is not what I wanted
Yeah.
to do. They can focus more, right?
Yeah, that
And
focus is
finish
important.
the attainment of their education because they finally found exactly what they wanted to do.
So
we were just talking about that, like changing our degrees.
Yes.
Like we all started
We all did,
psychology
right?
and then switched. And like, what do I want to do? So
Yeah.
this is a way to streamline.
So the way we see it is like we put them in those type of environments, right? And they say, you know what, this is not for me. It's a win
Yeah.
because they don't waste time here at the college and
That's
or
right.
the university 4 years, 2 years on a career that they
They don't want to do.
don't want to do.
That's right.
They figure it
So
out.
that's
that
kind
this
of
is not what I
mentoring
wanna
and
do.
coaching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's like what we're going to ask you. How do you mentor and coach?
And that's actually from the industry side in terms of how they work in that environment, from the engineering side, from veterinarian, medical, all these type of areas. They're getting mentored by that industry itself.
So then you hook them up with that industry. So
Correct.
then you'll make the phone calls and say, hey, we have this entrepreneur or this kid that wants to do this. Can you work with them? And I think one of them was, I was reading with Craddock, the
chiropractor.
Yes.
Yeah, explain a little bit about that.
So the whole area is, like I mentioned, putting the innovation or the mentorship and apprenticeship in those areas. But most of the time, which has been kind of great, that the student actually is the one that reaches out. And the company reaches out. Sometimes they both interconnect.
Sometimes, yeah, there's perfect synergy.
It's a perfect synergy. So Craddock, they're starting our second intern there.
Okay.
Then we've had one with core engineering, with Nicholas Engineering as well, Rough Engineering, the Humane Society, accounting. Actually, with Tom Rush as well.
Okay.
We had a couple of students there as well.
Shout out, Tom.
Shout out Tom.
We all know Tom.
Yeah, Tom was great yesterday.
Yeah. So what does that do for you, like seeing a placement happen? You know?
So seeing a placement happen for us is really inspiring for us to keep going, right? With our startup program, with our Elevate startup launch, we also place interns with startups, right? So we had an intern going with one of our startups, the ones that does energy storage, and started doing CAD drawing with them and help them out and other things around the admin stuff, right? Which for a startup, anything that you get helps because you don't have the grants, the budgets. You're barely starting out. You need all the help. Sometimes
all the hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Hands on
people,
deck.
a startup is like their second job or like a hobby, which eventually will take over. But when you're launching, it's critical to get as many resources and mentorships as you can, right? So we actually took on Tyler. Tyler started with PowerJewel doing CAD and modeling with them, right? We have a 3D printer in the office that's available for our startups.
Oh, wow.
At no cost.
At no cost.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful.
Cool.
So a startup program has services available that are tailored to help people thrive. It's low entry cost. We have resources. We have internships that we put in there. We have a whole software. We have a roadmap, everything that's tailored to make everybody succeed as long as they're willing to put in the work, right?
So, yeah, you got to be willing to put in the work. And then it's usually the kids that reach out, like you said, the people that want to do it, they take that first step, and then you're able to guide them along the way, make those connections. And like sometimes you said, the other side, the person looking to get the students in or somebody, an intern.
They need help. Yeah.
They need help too. So that's great. We're going to talk a little bit more about that on the other side of the break. We'll be back with Elevate Southwest after a short break right here on KOFA 94.7 FM.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. Specializing in residential and commercial wiring, services also include EV charging unit installs and solar-ready service panel upgrades. Information and consultation appointments at yumaelectricservicellc.com.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
Monday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
It's been said that community radio is a rare medium that's well done. It's a cute play on words, but it's also quite true. Community radio is unique, both for our programming and for our source of funding. We are funded by you, those who listen faithfully. So please give now at borderradioaz.org. And thanks.
Good morning. This is Cecilia Holland-Braithwaite from the KWC Newsroom. Arizona Senators Mark Kelly and Ruben Gallego introduced legislation to rename the federal building at 300 West Congress Street in Tucson as the Raul M. Grijalva Federal Building, honoring the life and legacy of the longtime Southern Arizona congressman and public servant. It's going to be a mostly sunny day in Yuma County today with a high of 104, winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, clear tonight with a low of 80.
The Yuma County Library District presents a virtual author talk with Priya Anand, neurologist and author. Anand will discuss her newest book, The Mind Electric, which explores the wonders of the human brain, at 11 a.m. on July 31st. Information and registration is available by searching events at yumalibrary.org.
Everybody puts in a help.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to the What's Up, Yuma radio show. I am here with my man from Elevate Southwest, and they're talking a little bit about how they bridge the gap between entrepreneurs, people looking to start a business, and some technology, and bridge that gap to the actual functioning businesses that can thrive here in the community. Not just doing that, but also bringing businesses because they have the talent and workforce. So we're going to get back to that, and they got some really cool stuff going on. Like I got some spaceport stickers right here, if you can see on here. So tell me a little. Tell me about the spaceport. What's going on with the spaceport? I want to go up in the spaceport. If I could get that, how do we get tickets?
Do a show from space.
We'll be able to you send a satellite, right? So we'll send your podcast on space.
Oh, there we go.
How about that? So it is a City of Yuma project itself.
Yeah, I think the mayor was really championing that, right?
Correct.
For a while?
He still is. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he still is. And we applied for a grant through the National Science Foundation engine, and it was Arizona Western College, GYDC, and obviously the City of Yuma and us. So the way it was going to work is the City of Yuma will have the license itself. They're still working on that. And Elevate Southwest will be handling the research and development and workforce in terms of the research within the infrastructure of the Innovation Hub itself, with academia on space-related activities. So that's how that was going to work for the R&D under Elevate Southwest. The NSF engine, we did not get the grant. It was going to be $160 million for the next 10 years. And it had a huge impact for the region, about 3,000 employees and many companies we're going to bring in. And the focus is still going to happen. We're still going to move forward even without the grant. It was just going to accelerate some of the process, but we're still moving forward with the grant itself. Well, the City of Yuma is anyways, and us.
Is there a chance to get that again?
There is a possibility. It is a possibility for next year, but we're still moving forward and making sure we get the infrastructure. The most important aspect of it is the infrastructure itself, not only the Innovation Hub, where all the academia and companies will come in and control for the Yuma spaceport, but also the infrastructure of where the spaceport was going to be launched from, which was closer to the border there.
And is that still the location?
It's still the location. The same. It might fluctuate a mile or two, but it's in the same vicinity as well. So that's not going to change.
So the spaceport and the hub are not the same.
The spaceport and the hub is not the same.
The innovation hub.
So the innovation hub, that's the other thing we wanted to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say hub.
So explain to us the innovation hub.
So the innovation hub is a research park, right? Where not only we'll have the startup companies, as Aaron had mentioned, where they'll have wet labs, dry labs type of systems for them to come and explore their innovation.
Co-working spaces.
Their co-working space, but also some anchor tenants as well. Academia, in order to work with those companies to make sure that the R&D is moving forward. And obviously the internship programs within the innovation hub as well.
So the innovation hub is an actual hub, a place, a location.
It is a location you can touch.
Yeah.
Four-story building, man.
So what is the timeline for that to take place, having an actual building for these
We're
things?
looking about 2 years as well.
Okay.
From inception, right now we're looking for 3 options as far as how we're going to fund the hub itself, the infrastructure, right? So we're looking at options, either loans and other areas of possibilities that we can actually work with.
Yeah, and grants, you say, are a big part of it, right? So are there grants that help create this hub as well?
Yeah, we're actually going to be working with the City of Yuma and GYDC on a grant for an EDA for the engineering and drawings, because that's a huge portion of it.
Okay,
right? That's a couple of $1 million just to do the drawings themselves. But it's engineering, and I mean, it is costly, but it has to be done. And so working on that grant, most of the grants are shovel ready. So in order for us to get there, we need to have the drawings and engineering to get it to shovel ready for grants to
even be considered for the grant.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you were explaining, Aaron, a little bit about you said force multiplier. I forget the word you said, but forgive me. But force, is that a force? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go that multiplier.
Okay.
Explain a little bit about that.
So Elevate Southwest works. So we have different programs, right? And we're trying to focus on the entire community.
It's the region. I want to say the region.
It's the region, right? Southwest region. So we count on the students doing their parts, the community doing their parts, the students doing their parts. And So we're like the connector, and we're the force multiplier for their efforts.
Okay.
Because efforts are already in place.
Yeah.
People are already going out there. There's organizations already, putting boots on the ground. Businesses are already have something set up to help people out, right? So does the city governance. They already have stuff lined up. So Elevate Southwest comes in, and we're like, okay, let's help you accomplish your guys' missions, because your guys' missions align with our missions, right? So we are impactful through our collaborations with everybody in the region. So Elevate Southwest, we're not just out there by ourselves.
You're all working together. And you guys just went to a conference, right?
Together,
like a venture conference? Didn't you do something like that?
We went out there to Phoenix at ASU at the Sun Devil Stadium. It was called Venture Madness.
Venture Madness.
Yeah, so they do an event every year where they call in people, venture capitalists and mentors and whatnot. They put this event, and they put people on startups on the stage for them to pretty much ask for money.
Okay.
And at the end of the
help us, please.
It's a pitch.
Is it like Shark Tank? Almost like Shark Tank?
It is.
I love that show.
a little bit more mellow, right?
Okay.
Not as like TV ready.
No
but-
Mr. Wonderful yelling at you.
No.
So they have a panel of judges, and they ask them questions about their business plans and their metrics and whatnot. And at the end, there's 3 place winners, and sometimes they do like a wild card, and they get money at the end of the day. But more than anything is and there's something that me and Jerry have been talking about, doing something like that here in.
Oh wow, that would
would
be
be
great.
neat.
That would be really cool.
Because they also do mixers, right? So it's not just about the people that are presenting on stage. It's about everybody in attendance,
It's
making the
networking.
connections and
Yep.
networking to further advance whatever it is
I love
they're
that.
trying to do. So we're in the talks to make something like that here in Yuma County. So it's coming.
Oh, I would love that. Can I be
Already
a
at
judge on there or
Johnny's
something?
house.
I would
Yeah,
We'll have
be
it
up
at
there.
Johnny's.
Like I want to be Mr. Wonderful of that show.
I'll be Barbara.
Yeah,
be
If you
Mr.
have money, you can be it.
Okay, cool.
Count me out.
I need money first.
Me too.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. I wish we had more time. So explain real quick how people can get a hold of you if they wanted to take place, either entrepreneur or a business.
Please look at our website at elevatesouthwest.org or give us a call at 928-247-9948.
All right. And with that,
Thank you, guys.
What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. Stay tuned following our program for COPA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's show, we are going to have a local comedian, content
yay.
creator. He does a lot. He also does movie reviews. He just gave Superman, I think, a bad
went to the
movie. He
premiere.
didn't like it.
He didn't?
I
can't wait to know why.
Yeah, no, we're going to have a talk
Okay.
about that, Andy. He's going to be on tomorrow's show, so stick with us for that.
Okay, and you can listen to the podcast version of our program at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio, and email me and Johnny at whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org.
All right. Thank you again, gentlemen, for coming
Thank you
on.
for
I hope
having
people
us. We
check that
appreciate
out.
you guys.
We really appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.